Welcome back to the Witch's Way podcast. I'm Kat.
And I'm Jamie. And tonight we are talking about a sun goddess, which is kind of rare because you don't really hear of sun goddesses. Most of them are associated with the moon now. But this is from the Japanese culture or religion of Shinto. And her name is Amaterasu.
Amaterasu. It sounds like I'm a Taurus.
Yes, it does.
But it looks like Amaterasu.
And it has
Amaterasu.
It's a long name. Japanese names I don't think come natural for us.
Yeah, no.
You know, it's not built off the same Latin language like ours.
But if you say Amaterasu really fast, that's how you say it.
Amaterasu. And so the U at the end of it is silent. So that will throw you off if you see it. You'll be like, wait, why is Amaterasu? So some people do say that, Amaterasu. But I went on and found like a Japanese speaker and was like, how do you actually say this? Because since I lived there for 4 years, I had to go investigate the whole thing. So we are discussing or talking about working with a sun goddess because guess what? It's Leo season. That's what's coming up. And we all need a goddess of the sun to work with Leo season, I think. And I've been really big on this Leo discovery of my own self in my natal chart and figuring it out because it's how you show up. Like Leo energy is center stage, right?
Yeah.
I have a fucking hard time with that, you guys. I gotta say, as a Pisces, Virgo rising with a Libra moon, like it does not come natural for me to just put my whole self out there. And this season of Leo, that is exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah. And for me as a Scorpio with a Virgo rising and a Libra moon, I'm just all about like the shadow stuff. So the sunshine, I'd rather be in the dark.
I do my best work hidden, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like behind the scenes. I don't need anybody to see it. I don't want acknowledgement. I've always thought of myself as shy, but there is definitely this part of me that when I get around people that I'm comfortable with, I fucking yap like a chihuahua.
I actually think your shyness is probably more attributed to a lack of confidence than like actual shyness. It was just like you didn't feel like, this is my assessment, of course, my observations.
I was going to say, you're my child, you're my mother, I'm your child.
Yeah, so go ahead. I feel like you didn't have the confidence to like speak your truth or speak your whatever, like make your position because you grew up a people pleaser.
I did grow up a people pleaser.
You needed to keep everybody happy so that everything could stay calm in the household. Because
I am a peacemaker.
About 6.5 years of pure chaos, primarily pure chaos. I'm sure there was some good of it, but not much. But
it's good outside of the house, though. Like outside of the house, I ruled. I ruled.
Yeah, but there was so much of where you had to
quiet myself.
Yeah, make yourself smaller so that, to just kind of like shrink back so nobody would notice you.
Yeah.
Like, so you wouldn't be the attention of some unwanted attention.
Unwanted
attention.
I think that's huge and what I've been reflecting on a lot in the past year because we've discussed this already. You guys know my journey. I want to put things out on social media. I have a really hard time with it. And I'm like, what is the fucking holdup for me? What am I really going through? What am I struggling with? And to be seen and to be heard and like, I can be in a group of people and be talking and be fine, but I don't know, to put it out to like the masses felt so vulnerable, but I've been uncovering that. And for this Leo season, I am breaking all of my walls down around that. And so there's going to be a lot more of me. We also need to address really quickly. We forgot already because, you guys haven't seen us in a while, or if you don't follow us on Instagram,
you might notice we look different this week.
We are a little more hairless than usual.
I'm a little blonder. You're a little darker.
Yeah, I tinted my hair, but I also cut it all off.
There is a whole story about this experience or journey that we're on right now with the hair.
Yeah.
That's on our Instagram, Witchworks Coven Instagram. There's 2 reels about it. One where Jamie's getting a haircut and then one where we're doing the reveal
to each other.
Do you, So
if you want to find out why we have no hair, it's there. We don't want to take up too much time because this is the Leo season with the goddess workings. And we already talk a lot anyways.
But there's a story behind this.
Yeah.
So you might
if you're seeing us with this short hair.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And I like it. I actually,
you look great with short hair. I love yours.
I can't believe I like my hair short. I grew it out long. I've had it like really long since I came here. And then I cut some off. I was like, okay, it was long for a while. Now then I'll cut some of it off.
Yeah, last summer you had it really long.
I had real long.
Yeah.
I had very long. And then I was like, it got hot and it got like tiring to take care of it. But now that I'm like this, I'm like, shit, this is
and she looks
good. Like so easy to, it's just easy to manage. And I like the way I look.
And I'm over here fucking hating life. Like, I don't know what to do with it. I honestly, I'm not there yet. This is not giving me the vibes that I want.
I think you look adorable, especially like the behind the ear one side and over kind of like on the, I like that.
Give it a swept bang look.
Yeah. It's very, very 1920 type of vibe.
So I'm not in love with it, not happy with it, but it's such an appropriate time to make this transition where now I'm going to get uncomfortable in fucking everything. Like, I cut my hair off. I don't like it. I need to get out. I need to put myself out there in the world more visually. I don't like it. Like, I guess this is just going to be a season of being uncomfortable and I'm going to fucking push through it. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. So it was really funny because one of the things that I realized is as much as I love Taylor Swift and all of her music, can listen to any song, anytime, love most. I mean, okay, that's not 100% true. There's probably like 0.01 songs that I'm like skip just because I'm not feeling it. But now I went from listening to Tortured Poets Department, which is all, I love the lyrics. I love everything. I went straight back to Reputation. I was like, I need to get angry because this is not lovey-dovey and feeling feminine and like all in my feels. No, this is like, I'm kind of pissed. And I did this angry. I cut my hair off decidedly angry. I was like, I have to do it. And so now I need music that's sassy as fuck. And that's what I chose. Is like, I'm in my Reputation era again.
So go watch those videos. And you'll find out, you'll get the full story.
Long, yeah.
And not just watch the videos, but Jamie wrote a whole story in them too.
So they're reading, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Kind of a big deal for us anyway, for her especially.
Big deal for me. You guys, I plan on putting out, like, I have not cut my hair like this since boot camp. I joined the Navy. Well, I went into boot camp in 1999. So it has been 26 years since I have had my hair this short. Gotta say, didn't love doing it then. Don't fucking love doing it now. It's just because it's a sacrifice towards my future, honestly. Like, that's what cutting it off means. And I've saved my hair, and I'm going to do a whole video about the releasing of that and sort of anger and sadness and like everything that goes with it. Because, there's a lot of things with our body. Now, see, we're getting off on a whole fucking track, but really quickly, I am 44 years old and recently had my doctor's visit, right? And it's like, it's time to start talking about perimenopause. It's time to start talking about hormone changes. It's time to start talking about all this shit. And there's a part of us that when we're young, you forget how much you're not really you're not in control of your body. You feel so in control when you're young. You're just like, I got everything going for me. I can fucking do anything. Blah, blah, blah. As you get older, like time and age on the body starts to decide what's going to happen for you.
Show up.
Yeah. It's like, nope. Guess what? New rules. You don't get a choice. Oh, you wanted your hair long? Doesn't matter. Oh, you wanted to keep your ovaries? Doesn't matter. Time and whatever the fuck takes things away from you. And we don't have that choice. And I think that that's why there's anger with me, because it wasn't my choice. It was like forced on me. And I can understand that with things that are going to be coming in my future as well. I think about that with women who lose their breasts or choose to have them removed because they know that breast cancer runs in their family. And I think about our femininity and how we identify with like what's feminine to us. And that was one of the things that went through my head. Long hair is feminine to me, like it just always has been. It doesn't mean that I don't find other women with short hair attractive. Charlize Theron, who has short hair a lot, I think she is so incredibly beautiful, but it's not for me. You know what I mean? Like, I can appreciate it on others, but it's not for me. We get thrown into this thing where it's like, fuck, that took my joy away to have to experience that. That took something from me that I valued, that I wanted for myself, that made me feel feminine or made me feel strong, divine, whatever. Shakira has talked about how her hair is her power. Like, I love that.
I love her hair.
Yeah, exactly. So
my God, she's got great hair.
We do associate some of our physical feminine features with our femininity and how much of a woman we might be, or how. So all
definitely
of that
how we
into
feel
that.
about confidence, our confidence in ourselves,
our confidence,
how we present ourselves to the world, and what we think people may judge us.
Yeah,
how people may judge us, which is
how
something
we judge ourselves, thinking that's how people will judge us.
Yeah, well,
right?
we have an expectation,
right?
And if we're not living up to it, for whatever reason, then we're like, you're less than.
Yeah.
Right? not as
womanly. You're not as beautiful. You're not as whatever the fuck.
I think that's really, I actually think that's a really good conversation. It goes with Leo. It goes with what we're about ready to talk about with Amaterasu, the goddess Amaterasu. And she is a goddess, right?
She's a goddess. Well, okay. Well, it's the Shinto Japanese religion. So
it's not really a goddess.
You would call her, she's a deity. So she's a divine one.
Yeah. Okay.
And the way that they think about her, you guys, just so you know, I didn't have this in the notes, Mommy, sorry. But for most people, they may not have had the word goddess, but what they consider is that she is how the imperial, with the family, okay, because they don't call themselves kings or queens either over there. It's the imperial family which rules Japan. So all of them can find a direct connection to being from her, and this is how they are allowed to rule, right? This is, God ordained,
kind of like the royal family,
exactly.
In
It's
England,
like from God. But that's her divinity comes from that, and actually, she is. From what I read, because I did not get to go to her temple while I was there, it was very far away from me. But from what I read about her place in the deities within the Shinto religion is that she's the highest one. The goddess is the highest one because they understand that women are life-bringing and they're the ones that create harmony and balance in the world, not men. So because she is feminine, she is higher than the other masculine deities over there, which I just fucking love. How come nobody told me that when I lived there? I would have visited way more. I would have paid attention to the shrines I visited and whether it was a god or a goddess. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's get into her story.
Yes.
So, Japanese mythology, which you've already mentioned, goddess name, and I guess she is a goddess.
I wrote down goddess. Yeah, okay. I chose that.
Okay.
I don't know what they call her over there. Deity is all the word they used online is deity.
Deity. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to call her goddess because we're all goddesses as far as we're concerned. If we're female, we're goddesses.
We're goddesses.
She lit up the heavens and the earth, bringing light to all with her radiant light. Bringing light to all with her radiant light.
Bringing life to all with her radiant light.
I read that wrong. Life to all, like the sun gives life.
Yes, gives life.
She gives life.
Yeah, so you'll see that she's in charge of things that grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her brother was a jerk, first of all.
He was a little bit of an asshole.
He was an asshole. And he got really jealous and violent toward her.
Yep.
His name was Who Gives a Fuck.
Okay. It's like literally the name Susan with 2 O's after it. It's Susan Sano. So remember that we researched this to bring it to you guys. So it's not like these are things that we practice with. This is all new information to us as well. But Susan no.
That looks like Susan knew.
Susan no.
Susanu is what it looks like. Susanu. Susan. And then 2 O's. All right.
So he was a storm god. So obviously this is one of the religions that also plays on the 3 pillars of children.
I missed that part. He was a storm god.
He was a storm god. So reminding me of Loki, who's pretty popular in witch culture. Like most people know about Loki. He would be the Loki figure archetype in the Japanese culture of like the one who creates chaos and is jealous and like stirs the fucking pot and he's a little shit starter. Yeah.
He was an asshole.
He was an asshole to her.
And he rampaged through her sacred space, destroying her rice fields, and threw a horse. He threw a horse carcass.
Yeah, he killed all of her horses.
Into her weaving hall, killing one of her handmaidens.
Yeah.
Yeah. He basically became that jerk that destroyed her peace.
Yeah. And I can think of how we get into relationships and we are trying to be just and kind and love somebody and they destroy our peace. When I was reading her story, that's what I thought about. It's like when you fall for somebody, but then they start acting like an asshole and you're like, no, but we've had so many good times. We'll just stick it out. It'll be okay. And so you have those relationships. Right? You have those relationships and that's
the story of my entire life. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all too familiar with that.
Like us, you can only take so much of somebody's bullshit. So Amaterasu decided, she was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to go hide out in this cave. I don't want to deal with you anymore. She shut herself away from the world, which by doing that took all of the sun's light.
Took the light away.
The light from the world went away. Okay, so like things died. People weren't happy. The gods weren't happy because they were all in charge of things. And guess what? Without the fucking sun being there, there's a whole element missing and things couldn't go on the way that they should. So because she shut herself away in a cave and all the gods were like, oh my God, what do we do now? Like Amaterasu is super pissed off. What do we do? Do you think that her shithead ass brother went to go say sorry? No, he didn't. Actually, a bunch of other gods and goddesses got together and they threw a big party. They were trying to lure her out of the cave. And so they started like being really belligerently happy and joyful, knowing that she would eventually get curious and like, is there literally a party going on outside without me? She's like, what is happening? And so what they did was they knew that she would eventually come out of the cave being curious of like, is that laughter? People are happy. Like, maybe I should return to the world.
Is that music?
Is that music? Yeah. There's even like this one story, I didn't put it in here, of this goddess who got so belligerent. She like bared her breast and took off her underwear and was like doing a whole stripper dance. That's the way they describe it. That's what I heard in my head when I read the story. But bearing the breast was the sign of like femininity. And they needed her light to return to the world because everything was infertile without it. You know, this is where the divine feminine is the power that brings life. So the gods were like, when she steps out, we need to remind her of who she is. And this is so true of like Leo energy. They hung a mirror right outside the cave so that the moment that she stepped out of the cave, her reflection in that mirror would literally like brighten everything up because she was going to step out into a dark world. Light the whole world with her reflection in that mirror. Yeah. At that moment, when she saw her reflection in the mirror, she remembered who the fuck she was. I'm going to let you take it away because I talked a lot.
Yeah. No, I really love that. I mean, how many times has that happened to us where we've woke up one day after being in a depressive state for a really long time or just sad about a breakup and we couldn't get over it and we cried and ate ice cream and stayed in bed for months. Yeah. And then one day we wake up and be like, what the fuck? Who the fuck was that? Yeah. That's her. That's what happened to her. Yeah. She remembered who she was, the goddess of the fucking sun. Yep. She drawn back by joy. Drawn back by joy and reminded her radiance, she emerged once again and the world lit up in celebration. Yeah. This is a myth of grief, withdrawal, and the courage to return to yourself. That's such a good... I feel like that's the path of every single witch that we know. Is
the like, return to yourself.
The return to yourself.
Like when I wrote that felt really powerful because I can remember how many times have I returned to myself? Yeah. Because I get swept up in emotions, in grief, in feeling away. And this could be from a relationship ending when my dad died, like, you know,
a job ending and you becoming like
moving away from everybody. Yeah, like there's so many transitions that we have in our lives where you could be in that place where it takes you a while to return to yourself. So I really loved those words. Yeah.
So speaking of returning yourself, Leo is ruled by the sun, as we know, we should know or do know. If you don't, there's your reminder. The sun is the center of our solar system and the source of all life on Earth. Yes. So when Leo season hits, we're being asked to step into the center of our own lives. So that's where we are. Yeah. In the cycle of the year.
All the stories that we were telling at the beginning of this, I think that's how Kat and I are feeling now is like, to step back into the center of our lives, to claim ownership over it, to say, I'm going to be who I want to be, and I'm not really worried about anything else. Like, I'm going to do what brings me joy and happiness for me and not worry about, I don't know, fear of judgment and I don't know.
How about stop orbiting around everybody else's needs and start shining your own truth, your own joy, and your own weird-ass brilliance or whatever that looks like.
I like being weird. I like that I'm unique.
We're all a little bit quirky in our own ways, which makes us
super interesting
interesting and unique. So Leo season is the perfect time to start this.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the energy of Leo is like, this is really bold energy. So I think that if you have felt like you don't describe yourself as bold for the season of Leo, which is like 4 weeks roughly, right? Mm-hmm. 4 weeks. This is your time to act on boldness and be like, fuck it. It's only for a season. It's only for 4 weeks. Maybe you'll never call yourself bold again. But I think right now is the time to get out and try it and just do things where you're like, I'm being bold today. So what's my bold moves? What am I going to do? I thought something weird today. I didn't do it, but I thought it. there was a guy totally rocking out, like exercising, walking. And he was not new on his journey because he was still very heavy. And I was in the Jeep, so windows down, all of that. And I wanted to like honk and be like, wave to him super extra and be like, I see you, buddy, out there getting your shit done. Like, because I figured he was new on his journey, and I bet he's nervous. I've been big. I've done the weight loss journey thing how many times in my fucking life? And like you're nervous when you get out there to start something new like that. Mm-hmm. I really wanted to wave to him and be like, fucking yeah, go get it.
Go, yeah. So I wanted to get out of the car and cuss somebody out today because he was honking, wanting me to get out onto Center Road when I was stuck at Larchmont. When you're coming out and you have to cross 2 lanes of traffic. You have to wait for traffic coming from that way and going from this way. And dude's behind me fucking honking. And I'm like, I can't go. So I was doing this out the window. I didn't flip him off or anything, but I swear after I turned that corner, I was like, I should have opened my door and been like, what is your problem? So that's what I felt like doing.
2 kinds of boldness there, 2 kinds of being bold. God. And that is speaking up for yourself. It's like you're being harassed.
Yeah.
And I think that if you have somebody behind you doing that, it makes you even more nervous because that's a distraction. You're already trying to focus on.
I was already trying to focus on, when I could get in between the cars coming from both directions. I have to cross 2 lanes and merge into two other lanes. So
if you're talking, no, that's 3 lanes. That's not 2. That's 3
on Center Road.
Oh, on Center.
Center. Center.
I was thinking 41.
Oh yeah, no, okay. Center Road. Yeah.
Still, it's fucking nerve-wracking. You don't know what people are going to do. You can't
jerk off.
You can't predict it.
Anyway, that was going to be what I did today. But I was like, oh, maybe then he would have pulled a gun. That wouldn't have been good.
Leo energy is bold. You can decide what kind of bold you go with. But it's also really creative, okay? Leo energy is that creative force. I always think about performers on a stage because there's leeway with what they're going to do. Like, they're given lines. They're given, kind of a structure and maybe an idea. But everything else that they do, it's unique to them. Their facial expressions, the way they dance, the way they hold themselves, there's just a little bit more flair. And that's how I would describe Leo energy.
They're so proud, like the lion. Mm-hmm. The lion, the proud lion.
But not because it seeks approval or applause. It's proud because it's like, this is who I am. And I'm proud of that.
I'm owning it.
I'm owning who I am.
Owning who I am.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that like Leo energy says, I express who I am because it feels good, because I was born to be seen. Not in a performative way, always, right? But in like a soul on fire way. Like deep down, in your gut. Like that's why I'm a witch. I know deep down that that's who I've always been. I get it now. I never liked the labels before, but it feels very Leo energy to claim that for myself, to know, to say that, and to have everybody else call me that, which is really fun. It's more like I remember who I am. It's that kind of energy. And I think that it takes time for us and
it's about celebrating that.
Yeah.
Celebrating that. Celebrating, remembering.
Yeah.
And then also being like, I'm out. World.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Watch me roar.
Watch me roar. Leo being ruled by the sun, it governs the heart and creativity and visibility and joy. Take that from this, that the Leo season, those are the things that we want you to experiment with. Your creativity, what's in your heart, your visibility, how much you show up, and then the fucking joy of living your life the way that you want to, dressing the way you want to. I think later on, I know I definitely put things like dopamine dressing. Like that is a new thing that I've seen on social media, and I just love it. Oh my God, some of the people I'm like, girl, that outfit is wild, and they love it. And I was like, I think that I love seeing people happy with what they're doing. I don't judge them for what they're doing. I love seeing them doing what they're doing. It's like, if you love that, I love that for you. I think it's more awkward when you see somebody trying to fit in and be something they're not. And you're just like, oh God, I feel bad for you. That's like, oh, I wish you could be yourself. I wish you didn't feel like you had to fit in and perform and like people please and whatever, And I recognize that because I did that. I know what that's like, not being myself. Yeah. We're going to skip all of that right there.
Okay.
Sorry. I wrote something in here that is just, we're going to.
About the constellation?
Yeah. We're just going to move the fuck on with that. I do think though, this statement is very true for me. And it's something that I've put on a sticky note to remind myself in my office. What would your life look like if you gave yourself full permission to be you? That is what I had to do with starting all of this journey 5 years ago. What would my life look like if I really gave myself permission to be me? I have I can make up lots of excuses, but that's just trying to deny like the opportunity that I have. So giving yourself permission to just be you, what would your life look like? How happy would you be? Who would you no longer interact with? What friends would you cut off? What situations would you be like, you know what? I don't really want to be here. This is not fulfilling for me. I don't want to do this. It has taken me years to get rid of the shit that does not actually serve me that I was doing because I was like, this is the right thing to do. You know, like, oh, you're a friend, like you support people, blah, blah, blah. When really they were just using me and I was, you know, and I couldn't see it. I thought I was just trying to be a good friend or whatever. Getting rid of all of that shit. Yeah. This leads up to what I'm really happy to do, which I'm going to be doing and my goal, my intention, my plan, and it's hard to say it, but it's the rituals for working with your own radiance and that solar energy and that Amaterasu energy of like looking in the mirror and going, I am who the fuck I am.
I light up the world.
Yeah, like this is it. And I actually don't have anybody in my circle telling me to be less or doing anything. I'm doing it to myself. Everyone else is like, yeah, girl, get that, do more. Yes, keep going, do it. It's like I'm making myself small. So I'm finally like, I said for Leo season, man, I am nervous as fuck about it. It's not like you go on stage and you're not nervous. It's not like you go on stage and you don't have the fears. You just do it anyways with them, you know? So I'm not saying you're going to like immediately become, oh, I'm totally fearless and I know what the fuck no, we still are nervous and scared, but we do it anyways. And you realize you're not going to die. It's not going to kill you. Everything's going to be okay. And you're going to get people who applaud the fuck out of you. And that is going to feel amazing. And then you're going to do it again and again and again and again. And that's
until
fine.
It just becomes part of who you
It's
are.
just
and very
you.
Natural. Yeah.
And it's not for the applause. It's because you're like, I'm living authentically now. Finding that authentic self, that voice, that the way you dress, the way you do your hair, the makeup, the jewelry, whatever it is that makes you happy. Do those things and get rid of all of the shit that's just like, oh, well, you know, I have this collared shirt in my closet because this is what I'm getting rid of. I'm like clearing out my closet as well. I was like, all of these fucking clothes that I only wear because it's like, this is what's appropriate to dinner with whoever. No, I'm gonna start dressing like fucking me everywhere I go all the time. Doesn't matter.
Good for you.
People can look like there is no dress code in life for me anymore.
I didn't know you didn't do that already.
I see there's all these things I haven't admitted to anybody, barely myself.
Okay, well,
I'm just like, no, this is what you do because this will make everybody else feel more comfortable.
Yeah, it's about the people pleasing again.
Fucking hell.
That's a hard habit to break when you've had it for your whole life since you were a little girl.
All the places that it actually exists. Like
yeah,
it
you don't even recognize it. I'm not people pleasing. I'm just getting along.
Right. I'm just not being a problem. I'm just being like everybody else so I fit in. I'm just fitting in. I don't want to be the sore thumb. I'll tell you what, I was not going to bring up Taylor, and if she hears this, I think she'll love that I say this. When I got to see Taylor.
T.S.? Taylor Swift?
No. Oh, God, I wish. No, I didn't get to have a conversation with her.
What?
No.
Taylor Rents.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Taylor.
Your step-granddaughter.
Love this for me. She's living in Seattle.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I got to see her for the first time in like 3 years, maybe. It's been a long time. And she's living in Seattle. And she's been becoming her own person on this whole journey. And she's now 25, going on 26. God, 27? I don't even know. It doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
She says it's real how old she's getting.
The next one, 25? How old is the one who just had her birthday on July 4th?
23.
23.
No, she's just 23. So I think that Taylor will be turning 26.
In October.
Yeah.
On her birthday. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That sounds right.
But now I understand why people, when you get older, you don't keep track of your birthdays because you're like, fuck, that just makes me feel older. You're just like, nope, you're just going to be 22 forever. That's just it.
Okay, so
seeing Taylor in May, her outfits, her dress, her style, everything that she didn't fucking conform. You think she showed up to graduation wearing something that was like appropriate? No, she dressed like her.
Yeah.
And she wore it with like,
confidence,
pride, just everything. Yeah. And I told her, I was like, God, I love all your outfits you're wearing. And I wish that I had the courage to do the same. And here I am fucking 20 years older than her. And I'm still people pleasing. And she's like, yeah, life is short. Why fucking wear shit you don't like? I was like, girl, I need that in my closet every day. Yeah. And I've been thinking about that. Her braveness, her boldness, the courage to do that. And all
she was like that when she was here. I remember her little elf. Was it elf stage where she was like wearing the ears and she was really kind of out there with it. Like, do you remember that?
At home, but she didn't go to work like that.
She went out in the world like that. She went out.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no, she did. And it was just kind of like, I was like, okay. I want to be a fairy.
I think about a wedding that we all went to together, and where she was so uncomfortable with her hair and people judging her because she has shorter hair, and maybe it's a little bit like mine. I don't know. It was shorter back then, and she dyed it a lot. Actually, it was like buzzed in the back because I helped shave her head. But she has a very maybe modern goth. I don't even know. Listen, if you don't even have a fucking name for your style, you're killing it because you're just that unique. I love it.
Yeah.
But if you had to assign it something, it was like kind of a modern goth. And she experimented with makeup, which is something that I loved because I've never had that courage. I'm like, no. I just do the same shit and I'm good. I was like, I don't think I look good in that stuff. I would always tell myself like, no, that's not right for you. And so the thing that I remember her the most is like all the colors she would experiment with makeup, and she would take hours to put this on and try things. And I'm also sort of a tomboy, and I'm like, I ain't got time for all that. Fucking put it on and just go. Like, whatever. Don't care. That's what I say. So I knew her experimental makeup stuff, but her clothes that she was wearing and all the way that she dressed there blew me away. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking dress like I want to dress from now on. Like,
I love that for her.
I love that for her. And I made many comments and told her like, God, I just love everything you're wearing and all that. And I love what she said to me, which was like, life is too short to wear shit you don't like. Like, why? I was like, you're so right, man. You're so right. Why am I not? My next step up, you guys, I'm telling you what, is I'm going to start painting my clothes, painting moons on them, painting fucking crescent moons, painting stars. I am going to start adding shit to my clothes that I really want to see because I've looked on Amazon. I've looked in stores. I look at Goodwill. That I find more clothes at Goodwill that I like than anything. But I want to start adding like witchcraft symbols to them. I want to start designing them the way that I want to, so that I want to make sure that everybody knows I'm a fucking witch. Like the moment they see me, they'll be like, "Do you do tarot? You must do tarot, right?" I was like, "Yeah, definitely." So that's when I know I'm going to be fully me.
Okay, so a year from now, we're going to be seeing a different Jamie, right?
Yeah, it's going to be changing over. Yeah. Because I'm getting rid of all that.
Watch the evolution over the next year.
I guess so. Yeah.
From this season to next season.
There we are. That's what's going to be happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a great story. But let's talk about some rituals that we can do to work with the solar magic and Amaterasu. Okay, so first one, I really like this. I actually really, really like this one. Or it this one? No, I like the Joy Altar. That's my favorite
the Joy
one.
Altar.
I like the Joy Altar.
You want me to read the mirror ritual one? Because that's what I really like.
Yeah.
Okay.
You like the mirror one?
I do, yeah.
I like the Joy Altar. Yeah, go ahead.
This is about becoming your light again, finding your light inside, feeling light when you look at yourself. But these are the magical activities that I wrote about. That is what you're looking to have, okay, to bring back. Because I think that everybody remembers a time in their life when they had a lot of joy. And it was probably when you didn't feel like you were responsible for what other people thought about you. Like me in the woods when I was a little girl. I didn't fucking care about anything. What? The trees, the plants, what? Who did I care for? I cared about me having fun, bringing that joy in. So I still think it's a little childlike in a way that's like the joyful child where we don't have the responsibility or the weight of the world on us. So with the mirror ritual, grab anything that reminds you of a sun color. That can be yellow, gold, orange, red if you want, but grab things that remind you of the sun. And it can be a candle, it can be stones, it can be ribbons, flowers, things associated with the sun for you. Stand in front of the mirror, holding the items. Okay, so this is not an altar, but you're going to grab things that feel like this is sun energy for you. I want you to say to yourself, I am a light, I am divine, and I return to myself now. For me, that's big because returning to myself, I think of an age, a time when I felt like my true self, my authentic self. I want to return to that. I want to bring that forward again. That's basically like, imagine your spirit, your soul, your body cracking open like Amaterasu cave. It's cracking open and the light is like literally shining out of you. And because I do a lot of visualizations, especially with light and protection and like the chakras, this is the one that for me, I can literally envision the gold light in my chest area, the gold light in my solar plexus, like just consuming me, being so fucking bright. I blind people when I walk into a room. That is what I thought of when I wrote that ritual.
Okay. So here's the Build a Joy Altar. Build a joy altar. Build a space with sunflowers. I have lots of sunflowers because I decorated with sunflowers for a while.
Oh, yes.
I have a shit ton of them.
The joy.
So sunflowers, gold fabric, dance music, oranges, and a mirror. And make it your sacred celebration space. I just love this.
The joy altar, yeah.
I love the idea of it. I want one like right now. So I need to go find me some gold fabric. Yeah. That's the only thing I'm missing. I don't have any gold.
I was going to say, because I know you have a space on the wall where it's like all the sunflower stuff.
It is all the sunflowers, yeah.
I love that.
But I actually want the oranges with it. I mean, I think what I'm going to do is I've got this like big, probably this huge like sunflower, this wreath that's got sunflowers all over it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put that in the center. That's going to be the center. And then that's going to be like the circle that contains the altar.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to put candles and oranges and mirrors.
Oranges
and
are success.
And that's what I'm going to do.
I love that.
So we also have as an activity, natal chart exploration. So
Please
your natal chart is your birth chart, which you can get online if you don't have it already.
Cafe Astrology for free.
Cafe Astrology, AstroSeek, either one of those. You just it's really helpful to have your birth time.
Very helpful for birth time.
Because then you get the exact rising. Then you know exactly, if you don't know your birth time, you can always start with, like they say, do like a sunrise to start with. And then you can see what rising you get. Say you were born at 5:00 in Kansas City, Missouri, and, June 1, 1999. If that doesn't seem to fit, once you get that rising, if that doesn't seem to fit, you can like keep moving. You can change the time on the calculator until it seems like your rising sign, you're most like your rising sign. So Jamie and I are both Virgos, Virgo risings. We have a lot of that like organized stuff. We love to we get into the details and we like crack out on spreadsheets and shit like that. So you can kind of figure out. But anyway, hopefully you have your rising time. But explore your natal chart and find out which house Leo is in.
Yeah. For us, we have our Leo in our 12th house since we're the same rising. And Leo, I mean, what I wrote for the 12th house is that it governs the hidden, the sacred, the subconscious, and the eternal. But I know that we just looked at it. Kat is still teaching me lots of astrology stuff. But you wrote it sort of with as a bad house.
Yeah, it's a house. It's one of the challenging houses. So
it's a challenge.
6, 8, and 12 are the 3 challenging houses because of the topics of them. Like 6 is health, 8 is other people's money and inheritance, and then 12 is.
I remember seclusion was one of them. So that's things that are hidden. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I think of is the 12th house for me is sort of it's actually it's a backstage kind of things going on. So the hidden stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's just funny that it just also happens to be where my Leo is. So I have literally in the same fucking house, my front stage and my backstage going on. I was like, oh, great. Just like the Pisces, 2 fish swimming in different directions. I'm like, I just love all my polarity and stuff. So I can just be confused all the fucking time. It's awesome for me. But it's one of the things where I can grow into it, right? One way or the other. It's like, my natal chart, I feel like, has really set me up to choose. I can have a life that is hidden and small and deflated and where I never get to fulfill any of my dreams, or it actually supports it in the opposite direction as well, is to bring all of that shit out to the public, and it can actually be very useful. So that's why I say I'm fucking taking center stage. I'm getting all that out there. Yeah. Leo being center stage and it being in the 12th house, which is the backstage of everything going on. I just love that for us.
Yeah. I don't have the chart with me at the moment because I wish I could remember exactly what it said, but I don't have any of my I have very little of all the astrology stuff that I've learned committed to memory yet because it's so much stuff.
Well, then it takes practice, getting into it.
Yeah, you need practice. You can't just memorize everything like I did my multiplication tables that I didn't do actually.
That's only going 1 to 12 anyways. But exploring your natal chart in very small chunks like this, where you can associate it with a season, helps make it more memorable because you'll be like, oh yeah, when it's Leo season, I'm focused on my 12th house and what that brings in. I just think that would be an easier way to learn it rather than trying to digest a whole natal chart every month doing things. Yeah. Take it in little bites. And this is like a little bite since Leo season is about to happen. find out what house your Leo is in, and whether or not you have planets in it or any other things going on.
It doesn't matter if you don't have any planets in it.
Just know that that's where Leo energy shows up for you. So, and then try to work with that. Try to figure out how you use that to your advantage. I've gone online and been like, okay, so when my center stage is in my backstage area, like, what the fuck do I do? And that's what it says. Basically, like, you get to choose how you want to use this energy. I was like, all right, so it's never telling you who you have to become, but how you can use the energy that's been presented in your charts. And I love that. The last thing that I really wrote about is devotion to yourself, right? Visibility as a devotion.
Well, actually, before we move on from that,
what?
Here's a tip for all of this, because we know we're probably saying some things where you're like, it can seem really scary when you're talking about, like, shine your light, be your authentic self,
bold,
put yourself
get
out there,
there.
be bold. Yeah, shine your light in the world, just go out there, open the front door and, like, let it blast out to the world. That can feel really scary if you're not the type of person that has typically done that, if you've kind of like tried to stay small and stay in the shadows. So here's the thing to remember. Confidence doesn't start with belief. It starts with practice. So whether you believe it or not, just do the thing. Then the confidence comes after once you've done the thing so many times, and you're just like, why did I not do this before now?
Yeah, I know.
Like, what was holding me back? Because I probably fears of something, or self-consciousness, which is another type of fear because we're worried about being judged. But yeah, so do the thing and let the confidence come later after you've done the thing, and because doing the thing builds the confidence.
That's true. The practice builds the confidence.
Yeah. Okay. So now we will move on to visibility as devotion to yourself.
To yourself. Because being seen is not about vanity, right? It's about healing. It's about knowing that you can be yourself and not worry about what other people are thinking of you. Because if you do have a lot of those fears, that means there's shit in your past that happened to you that made you feel that way, because we're not innately born to, like, fear other people's rejections.
We're also, I mean, it may not just be the past. It may also be just society has put things upon us that we're like, women are supposed to.
Okay, past, present, and future. You're worried about all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's external.
When I was in Kansas City, I would not wear shorts. And I would not wear short sleeve tops because I was, like, too self-conscious of the cellulite on my thighs and my, bat wings and stuff. And then I got to Florida and it's so fucking hot here. I was like, I don't care.
I can't live.
I can't. It's like, people are just going to have to live with my cellulite and my bat wings because it's too damn hot to be covered up. And I had to get over that. But initially, when I first went out in shorts, I was like, oh my God, let me just shrink. Don't let anybody look at me because they'll be judging me, right? And now, years later, I'm like, yeah, whatever, who cares? My fat's tanned. It looks better. So,
you find ways to live with it.
So, I mean, but that took time. That was a big thing for me because in Kansas City, I was, like, always covered up. Like, in the summertime, even when I was like, oh, no, short, no. Skirts maybe down to my knee or something. But I was, like, really self-conscious about my body and always have been because I've always struggled with my weight. So, yeah, getting to the point where you're like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I see too many people out there. I'm like, why am I worried about what I look like when I see other people, what they look like? I'm like, yeah, please.
Yeah.
Besides, and if not, like, who are we trying to impress anyway? Who are we worried about judging us? And who are they? Who are they in there? How are they impacting our lives? So yeah.
The judgment. It's so real.
Okay.
It's so real.
So anyway,
I talked about the things that I wrote for this is because I really wanted to, I actually mostly just related this to myself, and you guys could probably think of other things that really make you feel like you're being seen. But one for me was, like, dancing. Fuck that. I did not dance. I did not get out on dance floor. I didn't dance in front of people, nothing. Because I'm a very goofy dancer. And I actually, when my sister... She got
it from me.
No, but I'm, like, goofy on purpose. Okay, so great story. My sister, who is... If you haven't seen her, she is a very sexy Taurus that can just move and, like, all the things. Like, she's Marilyn Monroe, and I don't know who the fuck I am. I don't know. I don't know an opposite character to play, but, like, that, I've always thought of my sister as that person. Like, anything she does, it's just beautiful movements, right? So she would drag me into clubs when we were 20, clubs, bars, whatever. And she would want to dance. And I'm like, girl, you don't want me to dance because I'm going to embarrass you. And she's like, you can't be that bad. I was like, oh no, I don't even try to be good. I am going to do like old ass shit. Like I would do the, what is it called? Okay. I don't know what this one's called.
Oh, is that the lawnmower sprinkler? Yeah.
I would get out there and do the sprinkler. I would fucking do a hobble. I would pretend like I'm broken. I would pretend like I had a fucking fake leg. I would pretend like my arm is asleep. Like I do some weird, dumb, crazy shit.
She didn't get that from me.
Because I didn't care, because it was fun, because I wanted to have fun, and that shit was funny to me, because everybody's out there trying to be serious and like, look at me, and I'm so sexy, and I'd be out there going like, moving like a fucking zombie or something. And it was, for me, inside, I'm dying laughing. The only time I actually tried to dance, and I did it well, was like salsa and, you know, merengue and bachata. Like I did get down on the Hispanic scene in Japan. We had lots of nightclubs where you would dance, you know, salsa clubs. And I did that very well. But I had older people teach me, like men who were not trying to grope my ass. I was like, I do want to learn this so I can get on the dance floor, because I do enjoy the body movement. So there's dancing, music, singing, putting yourself out there. Like these things should create joy in you. And who gives a fuck if you're like not singing like Taylor Swift or Sabrina Carpenter, or I can't think of anybody else right at the moment. Definitely not.
Or
Mariah
dancing
Carey.
like Beyonce or J-Lo.
Or Shakira.
Or Shakira.
It's about movement and feeling really joyful in your body and living your experience. And that's why these things are all outward expressions, right? Because this is your power. You have power over your body. You have power over all of this. You want to be a better singer? Go fucking take some singing lessons. Go take like 5
practice.
of them. They're really not that expensive. Like you want to be a better speaker? Join Toastmasters. You know, you want to... This is the other thing. I didn't write this in here, but I just want to encourage anybody. You guys see us doing this. We didn't take classes for any of this. Podcast, YouTube, all the fucking shit we've done. By the way, we just started doing it and we were like, fuck it, we'll learn along the way. I don't know.
It was really nerve-wracking in the beginning.
Scary.
Too. I remember it was terrifying.
You can watch some of our old videos and we're just like deer in the headlights staring at things, trying to read shit, just trying to get it done. We're like, oh, it's like a class assignment. So uncomfortable.
And now we're like, yeah, whatever, fuck it.
We realize we have valuable things to say and we don't need to be perfect.
Yeah.
So we just start doing the things. So anybody who wants to have a YouTube channel or start a podcast and talk about the things that are actually important to you, that you know about, and you want to help people with it,
this is the time to do it.
Do that. Embrace that right now.
The energy in the sky supports you with that right now. Absolutely. If you want to do that, because we've got Uranus moved into Gemini, the planet, communication. I mean, Gemini is all about the mind and speaking. And so, please do that. Who was it? The lady that you told her she needed to do a YouTube? She was talking about
she had a disability. She had a disability that you couldn't really see. And I don't remember what it was, but it was in a meetup group. So this is like, God, 3 or 4 years ago now.
I remember her. Yeah.
And when she had a chance to speak to all of us, and like just us hearing her, it gave her so much, like, to be heard, to be seen, to be felt, to have somebody understand what you're going through. And that's why I was like, you should start your own YouTube channel. You should talk about this and how you have a disability that is literally not seen. You know, and this is before Cameron had epilepsy. He has a disability that you can't see. There's not a fucking, you don't wear a sign, you know? I mean, unless you have something that is physically debilitating or you have brace things
you're
on.
You're in a wheelchair. You're in
nothing tells people.
A fake leg.
Right. A fake leg. I love that.
I don't know. What do you call them? A prosthetic leg. A prosthetic of some sort.
Just a pirate leg, Mom. We'll just go right to pirate leg. I love it. Fucking eye patch. Who knows?
I want an eye patch.
You can wear an eye patch. I'll support you. Can we draw like the evil eye symbol on it? That'd be really good. But that's the thing, is like, whatever you have that's unique about you, there is a place for that in the world. Because as unique as we all are, we have groups of us that are all experiencing the same things. And I think that that's what we've realized more than anything by coming out very publicly as witches and trying to bring in witches and help them and grow them and teach them and like guide them and then have them move on to the next thing that they need to go and do. We can all help grow each other if we were just more open about what we know, what we've been dealing with, how we've dealt with it, what we've learned. Yeah. I mean, that's
true. I think that's really true.
If we all did that for each other, for women, fuck, we would advance so fast.
We would be unstoppable
as women. Yeah. And we aren't just talking about women at this point, you know?
Yeah.
The other thing was art, anything to do with art. When you're being creative, you're in a flow, your mind goes into a certain brain, vibration where that's what spell work is to me. So I think when you're creating art, there's focus in that that's super helpful, where you can zone out, zone in, however you want to think about it, where it's like nothing else exists in the world except what you're doing right there when you're creating. And we had a creation session with some witches not too long ago, and it was just the fucking best. Like, just to get together and create together. Nobody's judging anybody going like, that looks like shit. What are you doing? That looks like, fix that. This is uneven.
Sun catcher one?
Yeah, yeah. So get out there, create, dance, sing, talk, create a YouTube channel, create a fucking Spotify.
Wear the clothes you want to wear.
Yeah.
The makeup you want to wear. Do your hair how you want to do it.
Do what you want to do. And guess what? If you don't like it, you can always change it the next day. Yeah. Every day you can be brand new. Every day you can try something new out. That is the energy for Leo season that I think it is. Like, that's what I believe in. Leo season is that energy.
Asks us to lead with our heart, to own our radiance, and to celebrate our joy. Mm-hmm. Dopamine dressing. Please tell us about that. I haven't heard this before.
You haven't heard dopamine dressing?
I have not.
Oh my God. I don't even know this girl on Instagram, because most of the time I'm doing research and shit, but like I have people that I follow where it's all about joy and connection and like psychology stuff. Okay. Dopamine dressing is when you wear what the fuck you want to wear. And she is so cute. I wish I could tell you guys who she is. I don't actually know, but I love it when she comes across my feed. Like, she will dress in full-on mermaid style things, and then she has a fucking goldfish purse with it. Adorable. And she loves it. And she's got huge glasses and big earrings. Like, the big earrings, oh my God. I wouldn't have worn these 8 years ago. I've been like, oh, that's so flashy. Actually, that experience, I had chandelier earrings one time when I lived in South Carolina. So this was like 12, 13 years ago. And a guy at my job was like, you must like attention with earrings like that. And I was like, I just thought they looked really good.
Up, sir.
So see, we get these fucking ideas put into us.
Well, we're not trying to do stupid ass comments like that, where, it's good to have a comeback. And sometimes it's good to say, I'm really surprised that came out of your mouth, and then just walk away. Because people say some retarded ass shit like that. You must like attention.
And of course, I went into defense mode, and I was like, I don't know.
Then you never wore them again after that?
You know what? I felt like I had to defend myself.
Oh.
That was actually what it put me on. It made me flip it to where, but every time I saw them, I thought, oof, okay, so that is attention. And I didn't want attention. That wasn't the purpose of them.
Somebody can say something to us one time, and it can just stick with us like for the rest of our lives. We got to be able to let that stuff go.
Leo season is the time to be like, don't care. Yeah,
exactly.
So that dopamine dressing is that. It's literally dressing in things, in styles that give you dopamine boosts. Okay. Right? Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm doing with my closet now. I mean, this is kind of where I'm going with it. And I wouldn't call it dopamine dressing for me, only because it's not as over the top. And see, that sounds bad. That's not an insult to her. She just has all the accessories. And like, I'm not a stuff person, so I wouldn't have the flair that she has.
Yeah, me neither.
But fucking dopamine dressing, like this dress right here, besides that I need a better bra with it, this is a dopamine dress for me. I fucking love the whole style, the color, everything about it. I love it. I love these earrings. These are dopamine earrings for me. I put them on and I'm just like, ooh, girl, look at me. My big ass crystal necklace. These things they give me dopamine boosts. So that's what it is. Whatever that is for you, whether it's, I don't know, whatever it is, just don't judge yourself. Wear the fucking fancy
dopamine dress, new makeup or hair.
Oh Lord. And it's okay to not like it after you get it and just try to grow into it. I don't know.
Or any outward expression that makes you feel joyful.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. You want to know what I secretly do at the beach that makes me feel joyful?
What?
And it feels a little deceptive, but I take shells that, like, when the girls are here, they collect way too many shells and they don't take them home with them. I go to the beach with like 5 or 6 really big shells, and I leave them out there so I can watch people find them and go, oh my God, look at this amazing shell I found. And that just brings me so much joy, because they're going to remember that, and they don't know I placed it there, and that's okay. They're going to go home with that, and they're going to love that huge conch shell.
I love that.
I know. And especially with kids, if I find a shark's tooth sometimes and there's like little kids searching for shark's tooth, I'm like, I found one. Would you like, here, you can have mine. And just the joy they fucking get from that. These are things. This is any outward expression that makes you feel joy. Like me wanting to wave to the heavyset guy, like feeling like he just started his workout routine. Or maybe he's already lost 100 pounds. I don't know. But like, I wanted to congratulate him on his effort of getting out there and doing something because he's doing it for him. Mm-hmm. I love it. Yeah.
If you've been hiding your magic, your art, your voice, Leo season says, come out. The world needs your light.
It does. It needs all of our light.
Yeah,
100%. You're not selfish for shining. Please remember that. Because that's what made me feel small. Is I felt like it was vain and it was selfish to be seen, to be myself.
And it was nonconformist too, because that was put in your head.
Yeah, to take up space like that. The audacity?
How dare you?
The audacity of you.
Yeah, exactly.
But we are goddesses in human skin. We are goddesses.
For too long, women have been held down, stuck in the kitchen, not had a voice, not had rights.
Living under other people's expectations of what we should be.
And that's changing. Thank God.
So if you've been dimming your light and keeping other people comfortable, like moi, consider this your invitation to come back and say, fuck that.
Until next time, witches, shine bright, love big, and never apologize for being authentically yourself.
Love you guys. Bye.
See you next time.